know it's been a while since I made a video, so let's talk about this big rumor, or this big report that has been going around. So, there's this report going around about AEW, and it has to do with CM Punk. According to this news article that I found this off, which is the Ringside News, Cody Rhodes, in my opinion, has made a big, bold statement. In my opinion, this is the biggest statement I have ever heard of any person saying. Cody Rhodes thinks CM Punk is going back to WWE. I've heard some people title it as Cody Rhodes says CM Punk will go back. So, I'm going to title this as might. Cody Rhodes thinks CM Punk might go back to WWE. That's how I look at this. So let's read the report before we go any further. Let's read what this article has to say from Ringside News. CM Punk has an open door with AEW, but it looks like he got more of an offer he recently let on. He said that Cody sent him an offer via text message. Rhodes might remember it differently. The American Nightmare recently took part in a Twitter Q&A, question and answer, where he was an open book for fans. During the open forum, he took a moment to address the statement that CM Punk made about the All Elite Wrestling offer that came his way. That doesn't change Cody Rhodes' opinion that he thinks CM Punk is going back to the WWE. That's the article. Now, there are some things we can talk about. Would CM Punk ever go back to WWE? It's been 5 years. It has been 5 years since this man has been gone from WWE. He's gone and done UFC. He's gone and done comic book stuff, I've heard. I've heard him try acting. I've heard him try many things other than professional wrestling. And as far as I heard, a lot of the things he did turned out to be, as you would think, pretty bad. Especially UFC. That really didn't go well for him. So, some people may think the only option left for him is pro wrestling. Yes, I know he was announced to be part of StarCast 3, which I believe is a day before All Out, AEW's All Out. I'm not 100% sure on that. But again, Punk's been gone from WWE for 5 years. For Cody Rhodes to make a statement like this, he must feel really confident that Punk is going to go back. The fact that CM Punk has had issues with Vince McMahon and with Triple H the day that he left in 2014, do you really think... Yes, I know what some people will say. Some people will say, well, Vince McMahon said that he would love to work with Punk again. I get that. Vince did say that. Yes, he did. He said that in Stone Cold's podcast. He indeed did say that. He would love to work with Punk again. He would always offer Punk to come back to the WWE. Would Triple H? Has Triple H ever said that he would want Punk back? Maybe during the episode that Triple H had with Stone Cold's podcast. I remember watching that. Triple H just said that Punk's a weird guy. That's basically what he stated. And CM Punk has said he will never, ever, 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 ever return to WWE. But then you'll get these fans, you'll get people that will say, oh, but, you know, you gotta never say never. Punk may say that he will never go back, but you gotta remember, never say never. Stephanie McMahon says it all the time. Never say never. WWE themselves never say never say never. Look at the amount of people that have come back. Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior. So many people have had falling outs with WWE and they've all come back. CM Punk will come back. But you guys are forgetting CM Punk, his situation is a lot worse than all those guys. Maybe CM Punk's is kind of similar to Stone Cold. Stone Cold left because Vince McMahon booked him in a match with Brock Lesnar, and Stone Cold didn't like it because there was no build up to it. Just straight up, you're gonna be in a match, and you're putting Brock over. There was no real reason behind it, so Stone Cold believed there was no real reason for him to do this, so he left. And yes, Stone Cold did regret his decision and he decided to go back. He paid the punishments for it. And he took it well. But guys, you gotta remember one thing. CM Punk, I don't think he'll ever go back. I know this is a bold statement for Cody Rhodes. A real bold statement, especially from Cody Rhodes. You would think Cody Rhodes would want this man in AEW. You'd think he'd be doing everything in his power to say, hey man, come to AEW. We really want you. We really want you to go to AEW. We will give you everything you want. You know, we're like, you would think that would be something that Cody would do. Some people may look at it as, well, if Cody did that, he'd be getting desperate. Some people may say, here's another thing for you guys. Do you really think AEW needs Punk? That's a big question I'm going to ask you guys. Do you really think AEW needs CM Punk? Despite they've got Chris Jericho, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Cody, Lucha Brothers, and so many other talented guys there. Do you really think AEW needs Cody? I mean, CM Punk, not Cody. AEW does need Cody because he's representing them. But do you really think AEW needs Punk? Do you really think they do? Does WWE need CM Punk? That's another thing. No, I don't think Punk needs WWE. But WWE, they need Punk. Yes, WWE's ratings are down. If CM Punk comes back to WWE, yes, the ratings will go sky high. All those fans that have been wanting Punk to come back, they'll all come running back just to see Punk. I've heard people say, I want to see CM Punk back and start a feud with Shane McMahon over the best in the world situation. I mean, would anybody really care? Would anybody really care about that? I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. Would anybody really care about a CM Punk storyline where he's fighting with Shane over who truly is the best in the world? I don't get it. If that's what you think he should do when he comes back, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, if Punk was to come back to WWE, what do you have him do? What do you have him do? Do you have him as a part-timer? He's had issues issues with part-timers. Do you want to turn him into the one thing that he didn't want to be? A part-timer? You're going to bring him back full-time? As far as I know, Brock Lesnar is WWE's most highest paid wrestler. Do you think Vince McMahon would give CM Punk equal amount of money as Brock Lesnar? I know Vince has said he would want to work with Punk again. But Cody, wow man, this is a real big statement for you to make. I give Cody a lot of praise for making a statement like this. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I hear people say it all the time, never say never. I hear it all the time. Listen, I don't have a big problems with Punk. I never had a big issue with him. I supported what he said in 2014, but then when I heard the stories going around that he's holding AJ Lee hostage to go back to WWE because they reached out to her to go back to Evolution, when I was seeing videos of people saying that Punk's holding AJ back, his wife AJ Lee back, from doing what she wants to do, it kind of made me think Punk's becoming a bit of an a-hole. Now, some people may not agree with that. Some people may say, oh, AJ had an injury. AJ had enough. She didn't want to stay around anymore. Some people may have a difference of an opinion on that. But I stay firm to what I said in that video I made about a year ago, where I said CM Punk is holding AJ back and he's holding her hostage. If you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to say this to you guys. If CM Punk does come back to WWE, it will definitely be one of the biggest moments in 2019. It will be. Ratings will definitely go up. No question. Because people are seeing the man that people have wanted him to see. People will be seeing the man they've wanted to see back for 5 years. But at the end of the day, guys, I just don't think it's going to happen. Look, guys, this is just something I feel like it needs to be said. But I just don't think Punk will ever go back to WWE. I know I hear it all the time. Never say never. I hear it all the time. People say it all the time. But I think this is the one moment I think we should say never. If you guys are truly confident that CM Punk is going to come back to WWE one day, I tell you, you're really holding on to a lot of big hopes. You're really holding on big. At this point, you would think maybe with AEW becoming a thing, you would think the people, think about this, you would think all the people that would chant CM Punk, people who do chant CM Punk's name in WWE still to this day, you would think these people that do chant CM Punk, after 5 years and after hearing the announcement of AEW, you would think all those fans that chant that guy's name, do you think, it's crazy to think that these people still think Punk will come back to WWE. Listen, I'm not saying you can't have those hopes. I've always had hopes that AJ Lee would one day come back to WWE. I'm not going to hold my breath. I want to hold on to that hope. But I've got a funny feeling it may never happen. It's crazy to think after 5 years, people are still holding on hope that Punk will come back to WWE. Despite that AEW's a thing, You'd think all those people would be saying, I want to see him in AEW. If we can't get him in WWE, I want to see him in AEW. I think Punk's going to go to AEW. If Punk was to come back to professional wrestling, he'd probably go to AEW. Is there any reason why he would want to go back to WWE? If this report is true? No. Like I said, he's had a big massive falling out with Vince McMahon and Triple H. It would take a lot to get Punk back. Apologies. So much. So at the end of the day, guys, Cody Rhodes made a bold statement that he thinks CM Punk is going back to WWE. You guys let me know down below, do you guys think Cody is telling the truth? Or do you think this is just another big massive troll and CM Punk's not going to come back? You guys let me know down below. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. Share your opinions down below. Do you think Punk will come back to WWE? Do you think Cody Rhodes is right? Thank you all for tuning in. And I'll see you all in another video. Most likely back to the reviews of Raw and SmackDown this week. See you guys later.